Hello everybody and welcome back to the Airing It Out podcast, the show where we share stories and lived experiences of real people, where we give you the tools to better take care of your own mental health and we raise the conversations on the conversations we should be having. I'm your host, Sam, and recently it's been no secret. I've been having a difficult time personally and mentally, and now in today's episode we're going to talk about the things that I did to get back on track. If you want to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, you can keep up with our socials. If you give us a like, a comment, subscribe, or a share on any of them, socials or our YouTube or Spotify, that would mean an awful lot to us and it helps get our message out to more people. And if you want to take your support one more level, then you can subscribe to our Buy Me a Coffee, where you can contribute a cup of coffee's worth to help your content creators, us, in doing what we do. It means that we can afford to do this more often, which is ultimately our goal and our dream. So, without further ado, like, favourite, comment, subscribe and share, and on with today's episode. So since I got back from my holiday, things have been pretty tough. It was a big wake-up call and a reality check, and I came back a different person than left, but what that meant is that it took some reevaluating my life back at home. Okay, what am I doing? Where am I going? And it was difficult because I had an answer, but bringing it into reality and getting real with it was the difficult part. And my mental health suffered. I got let go of my job 2 days before I got back. I was struggling a bit with my health and I was lost. I had no direction. But I can safely say that within the past 2 or 3 weeks, I have been sowing some seeds, which I'm now beginning to reap. I did certain things and I put certain actions into place and behaviours so that I can say to you now that I am doing better. I'm feeling more confident and I'm feeling more focused about what it is that I'm doing. And I wanted to share these things with you. If you might be in a similar situation, these are things which have, as of now, in practice, helped me. Now, these are only things that I've found which benefit me recently, but they're what benefit me. So if there's anything that you do that helps you stay on track, stay aligned, and stay moving forward in the direction that means something to you and that you want to be going in, then let us know. Give us a comment and please have your input, have your say. This is what the podcast is all about. We want to give you the voice just as much as we want to deliver content. So let us know. But without further ado, the first tip for me has been disciplining and appreciating the importance of how you start and how you end each day. Now, Benjamin Franklin has a saying, early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise. Now that is definitely true. If you can seize, Tim Ferriss says, seize the morning and you seize the day. How you start your morning is very important. And what I've been doing is I set 2 alarms. I only like to set 1 alarm, wake up, boom, go. I don't like setting more than 1, but I've been setting 2. One of them is when I wake up and one of them is for 5 minutes later. And what that one in between is for, I wake up and then within that 5 minutes, I tidy. I pick up things, I put them away, I look around, see what I can tidy. And that, for me personally, has given me there are studies in which your mental state can be reflected in your surroundings and your environment. So doing that at the very start of the day gives you that kind of order. It puts things away, it tidies things, it gets things straight and ready to go. So taking those 5 minutes at the start of each day, as well as other things that I might be doing, splashing my face with cold water, getting all the little tasks done and out of the way so I can carry on my day. But taking those 5 minutes is probably, I think it's been really helpful for me. Now, we also mentioned at the end of the day, and I've spoken numerous times on the podcast about the 3-2-1 rule. 3 hours not eating before bed, 2 hours not drinking before bed, and 1 hour no screens before bed. And every time that I do it, it works. A restful night's sleep. But it's also taking that time just before going to bed to unwind, to decompress, Time away from screens is essential for that, because otherwise you're just going to be ticking over, going. So take some time away from screens to unwind, read a book, and practice gratitude. Practice those gratitudes. We mentioned it in the previous episode. Say 3 things that you're grateful for at the end of the day and why. So yeah, the first tip is don't understate the importance of how you start and how you end each day. You can get a lid on them, get them the way that you want them, then you're off to a good start. You're setting yourself up for tomorrow and you're setting yourself up for the rest of the day. My second tip has been walking. Time out in nature, walking the dog, getting away from things, whatever it be. Taking deep breaths in nature. But for me, it allows me to kind of process what's going on and what I want to do for the rest of the day, because I usually walk in the mornings. 20 to 30 minutes is all it needs to be. But I also kind of verbalize where I'm at, what I want to do, and that kind of really helps me calibrate where I am at the moment. It's like journaling, but moving forwards and in motion. So walking and talking. Where are you? Where are you at? How are you doing? And just kind of catch up with yourself. It's like you're having a conversation with yourself while out in nature. Sounds weird, but give it a go. Third tip for what has helped me get back on track is KISS. You're thinking, what the fuck? KISS. But it's an acronym, don't worry. Keep it simple, stupid. Don't overcomplicate it. Oh my God, if I'm awful for one thing, it's overcomplicating things. It's thinking too deep, it's for analysing. If I've been able to keep it simple, if I've been able to say, okay, no, stop it, all right, cut it off there, keep it simple. Don't let yourself indulge the thoughts and your habits. Keep it simple. Say that to yourself often. Say that to yourself before you do something. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it for yourself. Don't put that unnecessary mental energy into something which doesn't really deserve it. Keep it simple, get it done, and you can just move forward with things. Now, number 5 is ownership/responsibility. Something I've had to get real with myself about with recently is that no one's going to make this podcast a success. No one is going to get me my job, the dream job that I want, that would make things so much better for me. No one's going to help me stay fit. No one's going to help me stay mentally clear and put me on a purpose of focus and discipline. I have to do that. No one else is going to do it for me, and I'm the one that has to do that. I'm the one that has to show up. I'm the one that has to use my time while I've got it here, because otherwise the clock's ticking. We've got such a short, narrow window on this earth, and if we spend it wishing that we were doing something instead of actually doing it, it's going to be gone. It's going to go. Do it now. Do it. Take ownership. Take responsibility. I have this analogy. The way that I think about my life is on a path, and I like to think that there is my path, the path that I want, my true path, the one that I am destined for. And I've been wanting that path. I've been wanting it to come back. I felt lost. I felt unbalanced. I don't know where I am, but I know that there's a path out there, and I've been asking for it to come back, come back, come back. But it wasn't until recently that I realised that ahead of me, there are 1,000,001 different paths that I could go down. And only one of them is the one path that I want to go down. But it's already there. And every single day I am walking in a direction. And it could be any one of those 1,000,001 directions. However, through ownership and responsibility of my time, I realised that every single day I have the choice of whether or not I take one step forward on the path that I want. My path, my true path, path that I'm destined for, is one step every day of making the right choices by myself. That has to come from me. My path is not going to be brought to me. It's not about the path itself. It's about how I choose to navigate it. It's about how you choose to navigate it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to wind up somewhere. You're going to be at a destination, whether it is the one that you wanted or whether it's the one that you didn't want. But it's your choices now which are going to determine your destination. Your path isn't going to come to you. You have to find it, and you have to stay on that one path out of 1,000,001. Now, in addition to this, something which helped me realise this was a quote or a part from Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. For those of you unfamiliar with Lord of the Rings, it is a tale of Heroism, fellowship, obviously, because the film's called Fellowship of the Ring. Bravery and courage against the definition of evil. And they come to a mine, and Frodo says about his burden and about his responsibility. "I wish it need not have happened in my time," said Frodo. "So do I," said Gandalf, "and so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what we do with the time that has been given to us." It's our choice what we do with the time that's been given to us. The time is going to pass, things are going to happen, change is going to happen in your life whether you like it or not. But it's our choice and our responsibility which path we choose. Okay, so number 6 is accountability. So we've spoken about the path and staying on it, and we've spoken about taking ownership and being responsible for it. Well, same as that one, no one else is going to keep you accountable. You have to be the one to keep yourself in check. And the way that that's worked for me is regularly checking in. Walking has been beneficial for that because that gives me time and space to talk to myself and say, okay, where are we at? I don't always have time for journaling because sometimes I sit down to journal for 20 minutes and then I end up writing way too much for far too long and not always finishing the points that I have. So accountability, take that time to check in, see where you're at, see how you're doing. Are you doing right by yourself? Are you honouring yourself and your goals and what you want? Could you be doing better? Where are you doing well? What's working? What's not? Accountability is hard. Again, no one else is going to keep you accountable. You're the only one that can keep you honest, truly honest. But that's part of sticking on the path. So number 6 is staying accountable, keeping yourself accountable. I'm just going to keep it in my hand. Don't worry, the next 3 aren't so heavy or morbid. I feel like they've been very serious, and so we'll loosen things up a little bit. So this next one, I think it's number 7, is make time for others. I know we mentioned it in the last episode. If you haven't checked that out, go give it a listen or a watch. Make time for others, because what I found is that I was in a position where I didn't want to be. I'm in a position, this is not where I want to be. I don't want to be doing the things that I'm doing. I want to be doing more than that. I want to be doing this, I want to be doing that. Something was out of balance within me. So I got really task focused and put the blinders on, and I got too involved with my own business. And I say that I got too involved with my own business because I put my hands up. I started to neglect the people around me. I started lacking in my responsibilities as a friend or a boyfriend or a member of family. And that is just as important as making sure that we are on our track. We have to be able to support other people as well as hope that when we need it, we can get support from them. It's also having that community, keeping the people around us happy, not to meet our own ends, but because they are in our lives for a reason. And it is part of our duty and responsibility to ensure that we are looking after them as well. So don't get too bogged down in your own business. If you do, get your head out the sand or in the mud or whatever it is, poke your head up and say, okay, take a breath. How are the people around me doing? How are they doing in regards to me? Have they been affected by how much I've been doing my own thing? And I started to see that. So I've made some adjustments and had some chats and I've been honest, and I'm trying to be better. So trying to be better by the people around me because they deserve it. This next one, I say it once, I say it again, gratitude. Recent gratitude habits. The difference that it has made to me is that instead of being so enveloped by what's not right, what isn't there, what's not the way that I want it to be, and working towards changing things so that they are a little bit more like they want to be, gratitude stops me in my tracks and it says, look at what you have. Look at what is here. Look at what is now. Look around you. You might have all that you actually need already. It's just your mind has conjured up this illusion that some things aren't there, some things are empty, some things are missing, some things are void. You probably have all that you need right now. And it's just this story or this narrative that you have that makes you think that you don't. So practice getting in touch with that. I mentioned in the last episode, if you haven't, check it out, the gratitude practice that I've been doing, which has been reinforced by studies which I found in the book, The Resilience Project by Hugh van Cuylenburg, Australian fella. 3 things that you're grateful for, and put a because at the end of all of them, and take some time and explore why it is that you're grateful for them. And that really, really helps you get out of that deep water of this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right, this needs fixing. And it says, okay, well, actually I'm opening up myself to what I do have, to what is here, what is now, and what is a part of me, rather than everything else which might not be. Gratitude is also about being present. It's about being aware. And as Marcus Aurelius advocates for, it's about paying attention to things, looking at what they are rather than what is not again. So just, if you're struggling, this would be one of the first things that I recommend doing. Pay attention to things, whether it be people, whether it be things. I can look at a million things in my room now and pay attention to them and think, you know what, that's actually pretty cool. Ponder about it. Don't get stuck in imaginary things of what is not. And enjoy and embrace what is now. We have 2 more things left on this list, and fortunately you'll be glad to hear both of them are positive. The first, take some time and write a list of things that you love. Give yourself a break. Remember, as Alex said on the interview that we had with him, we're human beings, not human doings. We're not supposed to spend our lives doing all the time. It's okay to just be. And in the essence of that, what we're thinking about here is the list of things that in being we enjoy doing the most. And it's about reconnecting with those things. It's about getting back in touch with them and taking time for them. I get so task focused on something's not right, let's fix it, that I don't take time for myself. That I think I need to address this problem and I need to address it with the full force of my attention, rather than actually stopping and being like, okay, I've done what I can today and now I'm actually going to give myself permission to take time for myself. And a nice way that I've been putting it is, you write a list of things that you love and then set some time aside to take yourself on a date. Date yourself. What do you enjoy doing? Go have some fun. Treat yourself to time with something that you love doing, or just love. That's all it has to be. And take time for it. And that will make you so much happier, so much more enriched as an individual. Now, the last one on this list, I saved this one for last for a good reason. I learned this one from Green Lights, the book by Matthew McConaughey, and it's about reconnecting with yourself. He writes about how when we reflect, when we journal, more often than not, it is for negative reasons. Something's not right. We need to address something. We're catching up with ourselves when things get a bit much. But he says we need to turn the thing around and we need to look at when things were good. And it's about analysing success. Take a look back in your history when things were good at different stages in your life, and ask yourself and write down what worked. What worked for me as an individual? What can I point out? And when things are tough, we look back and we think, oh man, that was a good time. That was when things were right. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Don't ask yourself what you're missing, but ask yourself what was it that was working. Not what wasn't there, but what was there. What was it that you were doing? Analyze success in your past. And what's worked for me is I'm implementing those things now. I've got a lovely, healthy list of, throughout my entire life, things that have worked for me, things which have given me purpose, direction, fulfillment, focus, etc., etc. And I'm now steadily implementing those back into my life. And it's working. So take some time and analyze success. What I did in my journal is that I did 1 page analyzing success, things that worked for me as an individual and made me feel all these things. And the other half, what were the things that I love? What do I love doing, spending my time doing? And those 2 pages are like, it's the end of this journal right here. It's a hearty journal, full of pages, full of writing. And I've got 2 A5 pages left And I can tell you now that the last entry was those 2 things on those 2 pages. And those 2 pages are the most valuable pages in this entire journal. I'm going to be looking back and adding to and implementing those things into my life for a long time to come. And I cherish them because those 2 pages have given me back so much of who I am, of who I want to be, of who I have been successfully, and what I love. So yeah, that is the positive that we are ending on. If you take away anything at all from this episode, give those 2 pages a go. What do you love and what was successful for you in your past? And they will most certainly help you get back on track. And if some of these other things work for you, fantastic, excellent. It's important to be human beings as well as working towards something. Instead of filling that void, recognize what we do have. Learn to be present, learn to be at peace, but figure out what works for you, what keeps you on your track, what keeps you on your path, and be honest with yourself. Keep yourself accountable. This has been the Airing It Out podcast. I have been your host, Sam. Healthier, better, happier. Things that we could all benefit from being. And we hope that we are helping you be. Take care of yourselves. We love you, and give us a like, favorite, share, subscribe, whatever it is. Stay in touch and consider giving us a donation on Buy Me a Coffee. Take care. We'll see you next week. Lots of love.